Wow. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Oh my god, what a day. What a day. I'm sorry I'm so late. Good evening, good evening. I've mostly finished dinner. I'll munch a little bit as we yap, but oh my god. Today was an absolute bust. Nothing like super crazy in terms of story time, but to give context, Hi Diabola. I woke up not late this morning, but like I for whatever reason I wasn't able to eat breakfast, and I was like, that's fine. I'll pick up some stuff at the Wally Mart on the way to the apothecary. And I forgot my wallet at home. Ugh. Like, I do have, like, you know, Apple Pay and the digital wallet, but it's really hit or miss in Canada whether or not a business has, like, the infrastructure to use the phone tap. Walmart does not. And it can suck asking, yes. So I was like, frick. So I was like, okay, I have some snacks and stuff at work. Maybe that will be enough. But I hadn't tried these particular snacks before. And I did end up liking them, so I'm like, it would be nice to have something, you know, actually satisfying to eat. Cause they were basically yogurt bars. So, but they were too sweet. Like I don't like sweet stuff, but so I was like, this is supposed to be Greek yogurt, but it just tastes like straight up sugar. So I was like, all right, I'll do the Ubering Eats. The fees were as much as 2 items. Had to kid a preservable food somewhere I work for emergencies. I usually do. That's the ironic thing. I had run out of emergency food at work, so I was planning to replenish today. I was like, shoot. I had like iced coffee in the fridge. That was it, basically. Usually I have more stuff, but I ran out. And so I was like, okay. Fortunately, there's a coworker at work. We'll call her Violet. She's really nice. She's like that Italian grandmother-esque lady I've mentioned before. She's like, Diana, I heard that you left your wallet at home. Do you want me to go buy you some food? And so I was like, yes, please. Can you get me like a ham and cheese sandwich and some green tea? And she's like, and if they don't have ham and cheese, I'm like, oh, well, I guess an egg salad sandwich is fine. It was not fine. I may do because Violet bought it for me. But I guess the place, when they do an egg salad sandwich, they do more of like a rough chop. So there were big chunks of like the egg white from the hard-boiled egg in the salad. And just for whatever reason, the mix of like the really soft egg yolk and mayo and like the much more chewy egg whites just did not agree with me. That's how the egg salad tweet transpired, yes. I was like, wait, egg salad sandwich isn't scrambled eggs? I guess like every other time I've ever had like egg salad, they really finely chopped the boiled egg because I never noticed the chunks before. These were like really like, this was very chunky. I did not like it. So I got home and I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dying. And of course, no leftovers. Because I ate my leftovers for dinner yesterday. So it's like, oh. So that was today. Nothing like super crazy, but yeah. Can't be late for stream. Stream starts when you arrive. That's true. But yeah, add all of that on top of traffic. I'm like, oh my god. What a day. Glad I can laugh about it. Oh yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a horrible day by any means. Just like a day where a lot of stuff doesn't quite go your way. And so by the end of the day, you're like, oh my god. You know, that could have been better. It could have also been worse. I'm just glad it's over. Your dad makes egg salad pretty frequently, but his is pretty chunky too. Yeah, it must be that, like, Papa and Melis and whatever other places I've gotten these sandwiches before did it finally chopped. With Papa and Melis, I'm not surprised that it was basically like scrambled egg consistency. Because, I mean, ideally your parents know your preferences, so yeah. I'm not surprised. They're the type that really, blend up, like, vegetables and stuff in sauce to make sure you eat them and, like, all that stuff. Yeah, because I've talked about it before, but for me, it's not so much a taste thing that can make me a picky eater, it's textures, but it's not just a texture, it's a mixture of textures I don't like. Like, what gets me about tomatoes isn't the taste, it's that, there's like that, the flesh is firm, but the inside is water. So, like, that throws me off. Same thing with, like, Boston cream donuts. Like, having, like, the center be almost a liquid compared to the rest of it being more solid, again, throws me off. Mushroom? Oh, mushrooms! Asian mushrooms are good, like enoki or shiitake. Those are good. What is it? I think oyster mushrooms are also okay. But like the button mushrooms or stuff, no. Nah, miss. I don't like peppers either. But it's funny because there's a lot of more obscure vegetables that I like that a lot of people don't like. Like, I love bean sprouts. I love dandelion greens. I'm trying to think what else. Spinach. Really love spinach. I know a lot of people just have like spinach. I like cooked spinach, I like raw spinach, I like frozen spinach. Bubble-O, the bubblegum with the juice in the middle? Oh god. I have not, but just hearing that made my teeth ache, so no, I do not think I would have that. I think that's like, sometimes that's a little bit of my hang-up with, boba as well. Like, I like the tea drink. I don't like having, like, the tapioca, balls in it. I tend to, like, prefer to have the jelly, because I think the jelly is a closer consistency to, the drink. I'm like, if I get bubble tea with, like, the taro or the tapioca balls, I try and drink all of the liquid, and then I eat the tapioca balls. Weird through a straw especially? Oh god, yeah. Like, you're just having a drink and you're minding your own business, and then suddenly there's like this thing in your mouth. No thank you. No thank you. The jelly, at least, it's closer in consistency, so if you suck it up with the straw, it's like, oh, there's something chewy now, but it's a much softer consistency. But yeah, that's usually what I get when I get bubble tea. It's funny. A lot of people will be like, oh, I love bubble tea, and then you ask them what they get, and it's rarely actual, like, what you would classify bubble tea. I remember I have a coworker who, I don't see her around very much. I think her, mentorship ended and she's moved on to greener pastures. But we had a conversation because she said she likes bubble tea, and I was like, oh, you like bubble tea? What's your go-to order? And her go-to order is a smoothie. Apparently, I gave her a really withering look by accident. I'm like, oh god, no, I'm sorry. Like, that sounds delicious. It's just my brain was like, that's not bubble tea, technically. It's like, the popping bubble teas? Oh, that would be weird. Yeah, I've never tried that. But I know I don't like the Pop Rockets, and I don't like carbonated beverages because of the popping of the bubbles, so I don't think I would like the popping bubble teas either. Popping candy? Yeah, like Pop Rocks and stuff, yeah. Welcome to the 90s, where we had a lot of stuff that was meant to explode in your mouth for whatever gosh darn reason. Also jawbreakers. Remember those things? Truly, the 90s, early 2000s were a different time when your parents would let you get candy called Jawbreaker because it is a giant freaking baseball orb. I love the tennis ball sized Jawbreakers. They were insane. Mama and Melis never let me have any. But, like, just looking at them, I was like, are you actually supposed to eat those? Or like, nah, you just kind of keep licking them. And I'm like, how long does it take to eat the whole thing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you do if you don't finish it? They're like, I don't know. Put it on a napkin? I'm like, excuse me? Saran wrap? What? You just lick them for a few weeks? Ew, the bacteria! And then there's like, you know, we call them pixie sticks. You know, the little sticks you could buy that inside it was just straight up powdered sugar you poured in, people would pour into their mouth. The little straw things? Yeah, that thing. Like, I don't really have much of a sweet tooth. So, like, a lot of these candies I never really had. But, like, I remember them. You were supposed to cut both sides? Really? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I had no idea. Mama and Melis forbade, apparently I had chocolate cake when I was like a toddler, and I didn't like it. And Mama and Melis banned, like, carbonated beverages from the house until I was like 10-ish. So I just never developed a taste for this stuff. mind having sparkling water here or there, especially if it's in, like, you know, a mocktail or, like, something like that. But, like, it's not my go-to water. Trying to think, what else was there? I remember nerds, like the Willy Wonka, like the nerd stuff. I was addicted to, they call them Swedish berries. Literally, they're just red gummy drops. I tried them again recently and my stomach revolted. I'm like, how did I eat so many of these as a kid? The toxic waste craze, man. I mean, technically that's still ongoing, but oof. Welcome to the era where we got regulations. Because, yeah, it turns out building on top of waste disposal sites is a bad idea. Like, who would have guessed it? Speaking of bad idea, Shiki killed a vampire and now he's gotta be her bodyguard. Rest in peace, my dude. So I will... Let me see here. I will pop over there. Let me just check and make sure the volume's not crazy. Okay. Might still be muted, so give me 1 sec to fix this. Great yapping stream, the end. Tune in tomorrow. Thank you. Alright. Game. There's always something with these. Let me check settings. Because it's not showing, the audio's not showing in my, in my sources at all, so I'm like, does it just not exist right now? Oh, there's always something. Alright. We'll do the capture the old-fashioned way. We'll remove that. With the VCR? Oh yeah, there's supposed to be a ticking clock. That is, yeah, nope. That is sound definitely not working then. Alright. There we go. I'm glad I covered my webcam for a second because the first thing it picked when I tried to add the source back was my webcam. I'm like, nope! Great job, OBS. You nearly doxed me. Right? I'm like, heck no. I mean, I guess it is a video capture device technically, but it's like, why is that the default? I've seen it happen to people. Oh yeah. I'm not surprised. That's why I test everything generally before stream starts. I didn't get a chance today, so that's on me. I just had a hunch. That's why you like the edit in studio mode? I usually do as well. But, for whatever reason, the audio, if I have it in studio mode, it doesn't show up. Like, it won't show up at all. Like, I have to turn studio mode off for the source to show up. So that's troubleshooting stuff I gotta do. Cause the audio's been weird. It's been forcing me to constantly add and re-add. See, now I can do the video source and it's fine. But yeah, like I can't edit while I'm on the Zatsu because it's not, at that point in time, the audio's not active. Either way, we're good. We good. Fortunately, I knew there was a potential for this to happen because, what was it? Yesterday, I was troubleshooting audio stuff before stream started, and when I re-added, the video capture device, it turned on my webcam, and I'm like, what? It's like, great! Thank you. Alright. The night drags on as the clock goes tick, 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 tick. Not as annoying as Nayuki's, bajillion alarm clocks, though. I don't know, I actually find analog clocks soothing. The night drags on. Ark is seated on the bed. I'm on the sofa, aimlessly staring at the clock. It's just past 4 a.m. Only an hour or so to go till sunrise. If it's October, that is inaccurate. I can't do them at night, no chance. Fair enough.
あと1時間か。
Bro, you are loud. Hold on, sir. If it's October, sunrise is not at 5 a.m. Excuse me. If it's October, sunrise is at like 6, 7 a.m. Then again, it depends how high, if they're high up in the mountains or not. But Soya, this town is supposed to be just outside of Tokyo. Oh well. I'm splitting hairs over a game that has vampires. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened so far, and Ark doesn't look the slightest bit nervous. The hotel is perfectly peaceful. I've been pretty nervous myself, but it's starting to look like I didn't need to be. You jinxed it, Shiki. You jinxed it! We know. It's nice. I have a feeling the night will pass uneventfully, just like this. Keep talking.
Shiki.
Hey, Shiki. Yeah? for the upbeat time that night, Ark calls out to me.
なんだよ。もう話すこととかないからな、こっちは。
What is it? I'm pretty sure we're out of conversation topics by now. That's because you're not imaginative.
そうなの？せっかくこうしてるのにもったいないね。
Really? It feels like a shame to sit in silence when we have time to talk. Ah, the extrovert versus the introverts.
あのな、さっきからどれだけおしゃべりに付き合ってると思ってるんだ。
Yeah, well, I can't keep up with your chatter anymore.
6時間だぞ、6時間。何が疲れたかって、見張りなんかよりそっちの方が
It's
疲れたな。
been 6 hours! 6 hours! Talking to you is even more exhausting than guard duty. But if you didn't talk to her, you would have fallen asleep. Ark shoots me a dissatisfied pout. It's been like this all night. For whatever reason, Ark just keeps talking to me. I told her that if she's so weak, she should just get some sleep instead.
話している方が楽しいから。
But it's more fun to talk. How did we end up like this? Wow. Only Shiki would complain about having a cute girl want to yap with him for 6 hours. I really have no idea what's going through her mind. On top of that, I'm starting to get hungry. What a wonderful noise. Now that I think about it, it's been nearly an entire day since I ate something. The last meal I had was yesterday's breakfast. Dude! How have you not passed out? You're anemic.
お腹が減っているなら何か食べたら？
If you're hungry, why don't you just order something?
せっかくホテルに泊まってるんだから、ルームサービスを使えばいいのに。
We're staying in a nice hotel, so you might as well get some room service.
いえ、緊張感がそがれる。そういうお前の方こそ何か食べた方がいいんじゃないか。
Nah,
ってるくせに
it's
眠り
fine.
もしないんだか
The
ら。
hunger keeps
せ
me
め
on my
て食事ぐらい
toes.
しろよ。
That's not how anemia works. You're weak and refusing to eat, shouldn't you? At least eat something?
式がいいなら私もやめとく。
If you're not eating, then I won't either.
普通の食事もそれなりに意味はあるけど、一人で食べてもつまらないもの。
Normal meals have their benefits, but it's so boring to eat alone.
普通の食事って食事に普通も特別も。
Normal meals as opposed to... Oh. Yeah, as opposed to snacking on your neck. Right. She doesn't look like one. But she's still a vampire. Her meals would normally consist of human blood. She said it herself. Vampires need human blood to survive, but she's special. She doesn't technically need it. Were you not listening to her lecture? Which means she's drunk the blood of others before. I wonder how many humans she's killed in her life. You're making wild assumptions. I steal a glance at her. I just can't wrap my head around it. No matter how many times she explains the intricacies of vampires to me, I just can't imagine her drinking blood.
何？私の顔になんかついてる？
Why are you staring? Do I have something on my face? Subtle. I quickly look away. It's her turn to stare at me now. The corners of her lips pull up into a mischievous grin. Oh, look what you've done.
気になる？
Are you curious?
何が？
About what?
私がどのくらいの数、人間から血を吸ったのか。
Oh, she can read minds. About how many people's blood I've tasted. Ever read the one manga about the vampire girl who drinks the blood the school nurse gives her? That sounds familiar. I can't remember the title though. If you gave me the title, I would probably remember in a heartbeat. That sounds really familiar. She saw right through me. Her happy, smug smile is enough to unsettle me. I don't like it, but I can't deny that I'm morbidly curious. as to how many people she's killed. She turns 17, she'll be male or female depending on what blood she drinks. Okay, now it's starting to sound less familiar. Can't remember the title? Yeah, it sounds familiar, but I can't. Perhaps one day it'll come to us. Because my god, there are so many vampire series.
そりゃ気になるよ。俺はお前と協力してるんだ。
Of course I'm curious. I'm supposed to help you out, right?
それぐらい知っとかないと。いつお前が心変わりして襲いかかってくるか予測がつかないだろ。
If I don't know, then how am I supposed to predict when you'll have a change of heart and decide to tear me to pieces? She could do that at any time, buddy. It's a legitimate concern to have. Ark nods along, seemingly satisfied with my reasoning.
それじゃあ問題。
Alright, then let me ask you.
私は今まで何人の血を吸ってきたでしょう。
How many people's blood do you think I've drunk? Ark hops off the bed with a bounce and heads back over to the window.
何人のって。
She smiles sweetly. She seems to be enjoying herself. She's clearly trying to get a rise out of me. Well, is it working? What? 100?
10人は少ない。
I already picked option 2. And remember, no backseating.
はい、全然惜しくないはずれね。
Is 10 too few? Not even close. Then
じゃあ100単位か。
somewhere in the hundreds?
残念、日和切ったはずれです。
Let me guess it's 0. You were just voicing your choice? Okay, no worries. I'm just gently reminding you in case you weren't.
なら1000単位なのか。
Thousands?
はい、それも豪快に外れだわ。
She chuckles softly to herself. Come on, buddy. Try 0. I'm not angry with her, but I'm starting to feel very frustrated. That means you
じゃ
are
あそん
angry.
なことはないと思うけど。まさか万。
More than 10,000?
もう10だの100だの1000だのって式は私のことそういう風に見てたわけね。ひどいな。それじゃあ見境なしじゃない。
違うのか。吸血鬼ってのは見境なしなんだろう。
Am I wrong? I figured vampires wouldn't really have any scruples about this kind of thing.
人間だって生きているだけで腹が減るんだ。お前たちだって生きていくために
I think
血を
I'm
吸
the
うんだ。
only one who
最後は
plays
ないんじゃない？
FGO, so, bad.
そうね、それはそうなんだけど。
Humans eat when we get hungry too. If you need blood to survive, then you're going to take what you need, right? Yeah, that's usually the case.
私は自分から血を吸うなんてこの800年一度もないかな。普通の人間を殺したことだって。
Yeah, I figured it was zero. Again, she explained that she doesn't need blood, but you weren't listening. But you know, in the 800 years I've been alive, I've never drunk any blood. Not a single drop. And I've never killed a normal human either. It's such a weird thing to hear a vampire say. Uh-oh, typos. It's such a weird thing to hear a vampire to say. Uh-oh, typos. But I still find myself asking the question.
それ本当の話か？
Are you telling me the truth?
本当よ。だって私血を吸うのが怖いんだもの。
Of course. I mean, the thought of drinking blood is terrifying to me. I guess so if you've never done it before.
血を吸うのが怖いって吸血鬼なのに？
You think it's terrifying? Even though you're a vampire?
きっと臆病なのよ、私は。
Well, I'm a bit of a coward, I guess.
だからいつまで経っても吸血鬼としても半人前ってこと。
So I'd say even now, I might only qualify as half a vampire. Ark utters the words as she idly glances out the window. She pauses to gaze at the night sky in a drawn-out moment of quiet. As I watch her, it feels like she's becoming less distinct. A hazy phantasm drifting away.
そっか。半人前なんだ。
Only half, huh? Just muttering those words provides an odd relief. Wait, why does it feel like a load has been taken off my shoulders? That's weird, right? Yeah, it's definitely weird.
どうかしたの、シキ？
Is something wrong, Shiki?
別に
No.
なんでもない。お
Nothing.
前が臆病なチキンだから笑っただけ。
Just thinking how funny it is that you're a chicken.
チキン？私、なんで鳥？
Well, you're gonna have to explain that one to her. Chicken? You think I'm a bird? Ark tilts her head in confusion. She really doesn't look like a vampire in the slightest. It's only natural for me to be relieved. How could I not be? It turned out the person in front of me isn't anywhere near as evil as I feared. If what she says is true, then there's no reason for me to worry about Ark spontaneously killing me. And it's not just my newfound sense of safety that's bringing me relief. There must be something wrong with me. The idea that Ark doesn't count herself as a full-fledged vampire is what has me happiest of all. I can't believe I was so wrong about her this whole time. Oh.
あれ？
Just as I'm able to relax around her, I'm struck by a sharp sense of pain and vertigo. Is that the anemia kicking in? Huh? My vision is blanketed by a white haze. This isn't the same as my anemia. Uh-oh. Never mind. I'm still thinking too clearly for that. A strange cold chill accompanies my headache.
どうしたのよ、シキ？
What is it, Shiki?
そんなに額に汗を浮かべちゃって。
Your forehead's all sweaty.
汗。
Is it? I wipe the back of my hand across my forehead as I reply, and I'm met with far more wet, sticky sweat than I'd anticipated. This is weird. Judging by the sweat, you'd think I was in a sauna. As if urged by the pool of anxiety welling up in my chest, my eyes dart to the digital clock. It's 4:32 a.m. Too early for the sun to beat back against the chilly night air. The clock itself still lists the current temperature outside at a cool 11 degrees Celsius. It's way too cold for me to start breaking a sweat like this. So then why? Why does this room feel like I'm standing outside on a hot summer day?
アルケード、お前暑くないのか？
Ark, aren't you feeling hot?
別に活動に異常をきたすほどの温度じゃないでしょ。まだたったの38度だし。弱ってい
38!
るとはいえ、今の私でも3000度ぐらいまでなら普通だよ。
Oh my god! Welp. How she paid for the room? It doesn't matter. You live for 800 years, you're gonna accumulate wealth anyway. It's only 38 degrees. That's nothing. I might be weakened, but I think I should still be able to hold out till 3,000 degrees or so? I'm an idiot for even asking. Did you say 3,000 degrees Celsius? You could throw a vampire on a grill and they still wouldn't burn? No, this isn't the time to be thinking about that. He's having heat stroke indoors. The digital display still lists the temperature as 11 degrees. So either the clock is malfunctioning or my body is. I searched the room for another thermometer.
なんだあれ？
What the hell? As I scan the room, my gaze becomes transfixed on the monitor, displaying a live feed of the hotel lobby. See, Shiki? You jinxed it! Oh! Uh-oh. Is that... fire? I can hardly believe my eyes. It's something you'd only see in a movie. Well, hopefully the receptionist was on a break. Oh! Uh-oh! It's this guy! Flames spread through the lobby like water spilling from a sink. Mixed in the thick black smoke, I see a humanoid silhouette. It gives me the impression of a massive predator. A carnivore that eats those like it.
アルケード。
Ark! Arquide remains silent. Is it hostility I read in her expression? No, it's something more like contempt. The two of us must be entertaining very different thoughts as we stare at this monitor. It takes less than a minute for the lobby to be entirely engulfed by the flames. The fire alarm doesn't ring. The digital thermometer still hasn't changed. But my body is drenched in sweat, and simply breathing the hot, dry air is enough to parch my throat. There's no time to think. They're here. Those flaming corpses from before have come to the hotel. Shit! I make a run for the window to inspect the situation outside. The town looks the same as ever. The hotel is bathed in flames, but nobody outside seems to have noticed a thing. There's no sign of aid rushing to the hotel, nor of any humans frantically trying to escape the fire.
どうなってるんだアルケード。
Arquide, what the hell is going on here? Oops. Arquide keeps her mouth shut. Time simply passes. The temperature feels like it's getting hotter by the second. My skin feels like it could burn any moment. I don't know what things are like outside our room. Nor do I have any idea what things are like on the floors below. All I know is the awful, ominous feeling gripping my chest, telling me that it's already too late. Arquide is still silent. The Is it because she's worried? Or frustrated? Her arms are crossed, like she's hugging herself. Or maybe she's trying to hold herself back. She said she wouldn't leave this room. She said she didn't have the power right now. In which case, what did I come here for? Ooh, Try to think. I feel like staying in the room is actually the wrong thing to do, even though this is insane. Can Shiki cut fire? I guess that's the question. I should go outside and investigate. Okay, let's try.
Yes.
Here I go. I take a short, deep breath to clear my head. I search for something I could use as a weapon. But a quick survey of the room doesn't give me anything. What happened to your knife? You just got a knife like yesterday morning. I swallow my hesitation, take my knife from my bag, and head for the door.
四季
様子を見てくる。俺が戻ってくるまで部屋から出るな。
I'm just going to scope things out. Don't leave the room until I get back. Arquee looks like she wants to say something, but I tear my gaze away and head into the hallway. I mean, we're supposed to be her bodyguard. / meat shield. It's dark. I guess the lights must have malfunctioned. The only light I see, a faraway glow from the elevator hall. My throat burns more now. The air is very thick and scraping against me like sandpaper. The silence in the hallway is unsettling. You could hear a pin drop. There isn't a single sign of life. No, meh? Prey, I guess, running in terror. No burnt bodies? Question mark? The utter silence is making me question what I saw on the monitor just now.
異常はないよな。
Everything seems normal. Oh, buddy. Walking towards it is... Going out and checking the perimeter is one thing. Walking towards it is another. You're walking into an ambush, buddy. I walk through the hallway. Sweat forms into beads and runs down my forehead. It's so quiet. I'm starting to feel that I'm the intruder here. Intruder. 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 Normally, you'd exterminate any pests that intrude a place like this. All I can do to calm myself down. I readjust my grip on the knife so the sweat doesn't make it slip from my palm. I feel nauseous. There's a pressure near my temples. Somewhere between my eyes and my brain, my nerves experience a strange pull. It's as if my eyes are trying to crawl into my brain cavity. Might be a good idea to take off your glasses, buddy. Or maybe my brain's trying to swallow my eyes. Now there's a thought. I bite back against the dull, aching pain as I traverse through the heat wave blasting me from all sides. My eyes grow heavy. My eyelids feel like they're gaining a mass. My body sways. I might just pass out. I know the feeling well. It's how I feel just before I collapse from anemia. It hurts. The pain is so unbearable I have to take off my glasses. I look in the direction of the elevators. This corridor is so long. It's got to be more than 20 meters to the elevators from here. It's too far, I tell myself. Go back to the room. What is this? A few more steps, and there'll be no going back. A clear sound. Gentle chime of the elevator shatters the silence, as if to herald the destruction of this pure, empty space devoid of life. Yo! Thank you for the photo, Yozora! Her foreboding chill stops me in my tracks. My eyes are pulled towards the unwanted intrusion. Oh, look at all those lines. Small elevator light stops. It has arrived at its destination. I can see the lines stretching across the elevator door in the distance. Though, shrouded by so many, a dense web of them, I can barely see the door. The door is open. You're inside the cramped metal box. Oh! The inside is overflowing with flesh. The flesh of things that were alive until a moment ago. Ooh! Ooh! Good puppies. Good puppies. My breathing ceases. Just like my brain refuses to process the things I'm seeing, so do my lungs abandon their duty. I stare at the scene within the elevator. The thick chunks of red meat are packed tight as they can be within the metal box. In the middle of it all are two dogs tearing at their morbid feast. My vision turns red with a nauseating squelching noise. A gelatinous mass of meat oozes out of the elevator. What in the Sire no Uta? A sea of blood, carcass, bone, brain, fingers, and viscera. The pool of carnage only houses two living residents, the dogs. The rational part of my brain refuses to accept this scene as reality. At the end of the hallway, the dogs are still digging into the mutilated cadavers. I have the page for that bookmarked. Terrible new sounds travel up through the elevator shaft. Discordant screams spill into the hallway. If I strain my ears, I can just make out the sounds of flesh being gnawed on, intermingled with the shrieks of despair so anguished they hardly sound human. It feels like my hearing has found a shortcut to my imagination. Even though I can't see it with my eyes, the carnage is all too clear in my mind's eye. People being burned alive. People being eaten alive. A man notices the unusual temperature and leaves his room to flee the second he opens the door. He is enveloped by a hellish fire that roasts him to the bone. A young girl sobs in despair, locked in the room. When the flames from the lobby reach her, she's in the bathtub. The water steams and bubbles, boiling her alive and turning her ruptured flesh to ash from the inside out. Jesus. Many clamor to get into the elevator that arrives inside. They find it packed with the bodies of those who tried to escape before. By the time the newcomers realize those present are no longer human, they are already being consumed. There are two types of screams. Those born from the fear of being eaten, and those born from the fear of being burned alive. There are no exceptions. The small elevator is a microcosm of what the hotel has become. This vision of hell is so close. I can feel the agony flush against my skin. I want to throw up, but I can't. If I did, I'd become a part of this horrible ocean of red. Time to go back, boy. Time to go back. Time to go back. Time to like run away on your leggies. Go. Oh, Jesus. I force my body to remember how to breathe. I grind my teeth together to regain a sense of control. Uh-oh! The dogs noticed me. As soon as they do, all sound from the floors below stops. Good puppies. That's a good papa, Rudy. Can only mean one thing. No one else is alive. Ooh, the dogs break into a sprint towards me. I'm the only prey left within their hunting grounds. Come on, Cheeky! Time to be a tight boo protagonist! The black hounds approach me. Their bodies are marked with countless lines. But they're no use to me now. My mind is too paralyzed to do anything. I can't even decide whether to fight or flee. Aw, come on. Even Shido was better than this. Shido at least had it in him, the sense to run when Lancer spotted him. One of the dogs leaps. No human could even come close to matching its speed. It covers the 20 meters of the hallway in less than 2 seconds. Its maw opens wide. Sharp, saw-like teeth reach for my throat. Knife first, Shiki! The dog's movements are fast and deadly efficient. The second my mind manages to process that it's leaping at me. Uh-oh. The beast closes its fangs around my neck with a terrible gnashing sound. Whoops. Well, this is where Shikitono dies. A bad end. Wait. No. That isn't right. This won't kill me. I won't die here. Seeing death isn't new to me. It was a hot summer day. It feels so long ago. Yet, it was merely 7 years. Back then, I witnessed something far more horrifying. Stab. I thrust my knife into the forehead of the dog that tried to gnaw at my throat. As if on autopilot, my arm swung up the second the monstrous canines touched my skin before it could pierce my carotid artery. I totally butchered that, but I don't care. I surprised even myself. like a machine whose only function is cutting and slicing. I thread the knife through the dog's forehead with mechanical precision. It comes easy, as I am merely cutting through one of the dog's lines. Normally, destroying an animal's brain wouldn't cause its body to cease functioning immediately. The muscles will move in spasm in response to the brain's final signals, carrying out their last commands to the best of their ability. Even if I tore my blade straight through the dog's head, its fangs would still tear through my neck. But this is different. I didn't just kill the dog, I brought it death. Death means total sensation. No matter how monstrous the dog was, it lost every ounce of power the second I killed it. It falls limply to the ground. The second dog is already lunging towards me in its place. I stab the knife into its wide-open jaw. My blade buries into its wet flesh. The skin of the dog may be oddly tough, but its insides are soft and yielding. Its flesh and bone having long rotted. But I messed up this time. This dog's lines aren't on its head. They're all congregated around its chest. I might have managed to stab it, but the damage done is little more than a flesh wound. The knife has pierced the dog's maw, reaching the back of its head, which naturally means that the hand holding it is now fully enveloped by the creature's mouth. Hi, Luna! The dog is still very much alive. It clamps its jaw shut around my outstretched arm. I feel the strain as it pulls against the soft cartilage between my hand and wrist. Any moment now, it'll tear straight through the flesh. The pain is enough to snap me back to reality. Come on, buddy! You can do it! This fucking hurts! No shit! What the hell am I doing getting my arm torn to shreds just to stick a knife into a dog's mouth? You piece of... I struggle and squirm, trying to wrench my arm out of its vice-like grip. Oof. As something gnashes at my arm, an intense pain shoots up through my nerves like a firework. Its teeth feel like they're stuck deep within my arm. But it's awfully lively for something with a knife in its skull. The dog presses its weight against me, toppling both of us and pinning me down against the carpet. Ooh. My back is driven hard against the floor, but even now, its grip on my arm hasn't loosened one bit, with my knife still plunged deep inside its head. The black dog tightens its jaw further. Come on, buddy, you gotta do something. It's going to rip off my arm. This is insane. What kind of dog keeps biting down in a situation like this? Damn you! Oof. Something warm and wet drips down to my elbow. Red blood is dribbling from the dog's frenzied, quivering lips. It might be the dog's blood trickling down my arm from the knife. Or it might be my blood, flowing freely as the dog tries to render my arm into mincemeat. To my scrambled brain, it doesn't matter much. Let me go. The dog refuses to release its prize. There's no way I can run away with the dog still clinging to my arm. Not that running away was ever an option to begin with, nor did I have any intention of doing so. I just want to survive, and in order to survive, there was only ever one condition. All I have to do is kill. But how do I do that? It won't be long till one of my arms gets chewed off. That arm is still gripping the knife. The full weight of the dog has me trapped against the carpet. Even if I manage to pull my arm free, chances are the dog would have its jaws around my neck the very next second. The desperate circumstances force a weak chuckle to escape my lips. I just need some time to assess the situation. Some time to really think it through. That's how I've always done things. That's how I was taught. Like, look! See how there are plenty of lines running along the back of the dog's head? The path to survival is blindingly clear. This is a wild beast, a monster that devours humans. But when it's this close to me, I'm painfully aware of its wildly beating heart, burning with its own desire to live. It clamps down on my arm even harder than before. I'm such an idiot. I'm so stupid. I wish it was me tearing my own throat out. It's kill or be killed, a natural, universal law. So why? Why does the supposed cruelty of the action give me so much pause? Well, a thick drop of blood splashes against my face. The red fluid drips down my forehead and into my eyes. My vision is painted a deep, dark crimson. Oh, it burns itself into my retinas until red is all I can see. The warm, viscous liquid strikes me as oddly familiar. My consciousness slowly slips away from me. Even so, I can't kill something that's alive. Hypocrite. You've already killed something much bigger than some mutt. Ah. That's right. But that time was different. With our queen, Shikitono wasn't thinking clearly at all. Even when I killed that big dog, it was as if my body moved on its own, without my input. So just turn off your brain. But this time, it requires me to make a conscious decision. Didn't Master tell you, Shiki? To use this power for yourself, not for anyone else. That's why, as long as I stay who I am, as long as I remain a decent human being, I will never take any life for granted. Hypocrite. You've done it all before, long ago. Oh, a bad dream from my childhood? Look, what's holding you back now? It was a hot summer day. It's kill or be killed. For me is the figure of a young boy drenched in blood. You've already. My hands are stained with warm red blood. Killed before, haven't you? Flashing lights, warning! Oof! I stab rather than extract my arm. I instead bury it deeper as I slice through the beast's skull. A pain shriek echoes in my eardrums, unable to cry out properly with my arm jammed down its throat. The dog's wail resembles a woman's shrill scream. It must be in tremendous pain. Not that it matters. I drive the knife deeper inside, together with my mangled arm. The blade pokes out from the back of the dog's skull. I split its skull and effortlessly slice through its hide, scattering gobs of blood and brains across the carpet. Before I know it, I've thrust both my knife and my arm clearly through the back of the dog's skull. And yet, it still lives. There's only one thing left for me to do. I take the knife from my bloodied right hand and move it to my left. And pale dog's body trembles and squirms, seemingly pleading for mercy. It even stops sticking its fangs into my flesh, as if to show remorse. Like I fucking care. I run my blade along the beast's lines and quickly dismantle its body. Well, Shinky, you are freaking insane. I look down on that which was once filled with life. Then again, this is probably a mercy. The limp body no longer protests as I finally remove my arm from its maw. The hell? You hardly even bit me. I take a long look at my bloodied arm. My school uniform has been torn to shreds. But the gouges in my flesh aren't even a centimeter deep. The deluge of blood dripping down my arm earlier must have belonged to the dog. It doesn't even hurt that badly anymore. My fear must have clouded my mind and amplified the pain in the heat of the moment. I'm still lying down on the floor, staring at the ceiling. My head hurts so much. My world is a patchwork stitched together by these lines of death. Though my limbs are freezing cold, my mind is spinning with a fever. The corpses of the two dogs are right beside me. One of my arms is covered in blood, while the other still clutches the reddened knife. Beneath this floor are the mangled and charred corpses of the victims that died in the pandemonium. There's nothing I can do but laugh, because this isn't real. It can't possibly be real. It's unnormal. Totally normal. And the Nile is a river in Egypt. The only weird thing here is this dream. The second I wake up, it'll all go away. But when did I start dreaming with my eyes open? The elevator chimes. Such a cute, clear noise. Entirely inappropriate for the current situation. Elevator? It's the elevator adjacent to the one that brought the dogs. My exhausted brain doesn't even try to contemplate what this means. The door is open. My mind might not be working, but my body will have to. In a dull haze, I grip the knife in my right hand and haul myself to my feet. I don't want to do this. I wearily gaze inside of the newly arrived elevator. Inside it is
から
nothing. It's completely empty. A bit of an anticlimax in its own way. The danger has passed. Everything's over. And I've already gotten a grasp of the situation on the lower floors. Which means there's no reason to stick around here. I turn to leave when you never turn your back on a situation. Someone? Anyone? Please! Anybody! Hear a woman's voice. She sounds so desperate. It's almost seems out of touch with reality. Her pleading screams grow in volume, accompanied by panicked footfalls. There's no mistaking it. It must be a survivor. Out of breath as she frantically works her way up the stairwell next to the elevators. Oh, thank God this place isn't on fire yet. She sounds relieved. But she doesn't slow her pace. Within moments, I can see her spilling from the stairwell and into the hallway. Oh, you're not gonna like what you see, girl. You! Hey, you! She starts running again as she takes note of me. Thank God, there's someone else here! I'm saved! Her expression, overcast and pale with fear, is lit up by a flash of joy as her eyes focus on me. A white-gloved hand seizes her, ripping her from salvation and back into hell. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Still watching me, the woman begs for help. Well, Oh my God. Who the fuck is this guy? I mean, I vaguely know, but... And then she falls silent. No resistance. No constraints that bind her. The second she's grabbed, she loses consciousness. As if this were a dream, and she was snapped awake, leaving only her body behind. Spooky mania. I think this isn't Roa, I don't think. I can't remember his name. I know who it is, but I can't remember his name. Stop. Stop. Stop this at once. That woman. Ooh. Well. She has nothing to do with this. She's just a sweet and innocent girl. Preying on her is...
やめ
Stop! Help. My cries come too late. Not that they would have changed anything. My eyes are fixated on the woman's neck, Starry orbs of light flicker and scatter within my vision. Rage like never before boils in my chest. Whoa! My vision clears. I see 2 soulless pits amid a deluge of blood. Welp. The woman's legs twitch ever so slightly, her fingers jolting reflexively. Oh fuck, she's still alive. All emotion, all life drains from her face. It has to be the first time I've seen it happen, but I don't need to be familiar with the sight to comprehend the horrific spectacle in front of me. The drinking and gulping of the monster is almost unnaturally loud against the otherwise silent hallway. When it's had its fill, the monster discards her body without a second thought. Her body wavers, frail like a withered tree. Ballerina tiptoeing, the fine line between life and death. I gaze at her pitiful form. The woman is totally silent. The only sound is that of rushing blood. Then her back splits open. In a single moment, a fountain of blood erupts. The vampire sighs in relief as he bathes in the scarlet shower. Alright. In an instant, everything around me changes. The sweltering temperature finally seems to match up with reality. A dam of fire burst, flooding out all at once. The hallway is absolutely enveloped by flames. The heat presses against me, singeing and stinging at my skin like claws. If I were to take a breath now, I'd surely burn my lungs. But something is strange here. The flames continue licking at their surroundings, and yet the building isn't on fire. As the only thing still alive here, I am the only one left to feel this inferno. I mean, is Ark dead to you, buddy? My headache intensifies. The man begins walking my way. It's clear he's the source of this river of flames. The closer he gets, the more terrible the heat becomes. He's still 15 meters away from me. But even at this distance, it's impossible for me to breathe. I realize that nothing could survive in this man's vicinity. The proximity alone would lead to certain incineration. The shadow continues onwards in my direction. He's lean and tall, wearing antiquated clothes topped by a heavy fur cloak. Though his figure may be human-like, everything about him screams that he's anything but. There's something off about him, something wild and crazed. Only 13 meters now. He continues without a sound. I glare at the man, knife firmly in my hand. He doesn't respond. I'm starting to wonder if he can even see me. 10 meters. I train my eyes on his body. Random check-in. Enjoy stream. You're tired, off to bed. Okay! Have a good night's sleep. We're here going through hell. Everything's on fire. Everything's not okay. But thank God it's all fiction. I trained my eyes on his body. Time to get the mood back. Amid the rising flames, I can finally see the lines of death that covers him. Oh, there we go. What? The man has a holy grail in him. That's a faint reference. My brain feels like soup boiling over on an open flame. What is that? A dense and intricate torrent of death swirls at the center of it all. And at the center of at the center of the torrent is an odd glimmer, bright and shiny like a precious jewel. Come on, Cheeky. My head hurts too much to keep staring at it. It's like how staring straight into the sun will burn your retinas. There's no way I can directly stare at his core for too long. I don't steel myself. My brain itself might rupture at the sight of it. Anyway, Ark said you probably shouldn't make eye contact with a vampire, so maybe it's a good thing not to stare directly at his core. 8 meters. He draws ever closer. The temperature rises, though not enough to cook through human flesh yet. 6 meters. The man stops. His focus falls on me. It took him this long to notice me standing here. I meet his gaze. Big mistake! I shouldn't make eye contact. Ark's words of warning ring clearly in my ears. But I can't tear my eyes away. Oh, you fool! I can't ignore the abyss before me. At least look at his forehead. It's the old introvert trick. You look at the person, but you're actually looking at something directly behind their head. So it looks like you're making eye contact, but you're not. He's different. His can't be the mystic eyes Arkweed was talking about. These are entirely fundamentally different. They aren't eyes that bind the viewer. They're just filled with madness. The eyes of one who has lost his mind. A madman. A poor, hapless man driven crazy by his own impulses. A man just like me. My instincts scream at me to get out of danger. Every alarm in my body tells me this is bad news, but my body won't move. Not even as much as a single fingertip. Danger signals fire through my absence. Let's try that again. Danger signals fire through my synapses. No matter the cost. I have to get away from him. If I don't, it'll be the end for me. But I'm too late. The creature with sickly eyes stares at me, but barely pays me a notice. Help. From its outstretched hand unfolds a fire that'll burn me alive. Does the fire not have its own lines of death? I'm going to die. This fire is as real as it is terrifying. Different from the blue flames that flooded the hall. They were some sort of byproduct, an effect to its cause. They could swallow you alive, but you wouldn't die immediately. They'd scorch you with some awful phantom pain that feeds off life itself. But these flames are different. Just getting close is enough to char the skin. Enough to burn all organic matter to ashes. The fire engulfs me from all sides like a claw seizing its prey. It will cleave my body in two, neatly cauterizing the flesh where it is ripped apart. The only thing more real than this fire is my fate. Yet, just before I die, my body is flung backwards with a snap. Hey, the girlfriend's here. The name creaks from my throat. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have a drink. Oof. Been speaking in various intonations of voice acting for like an hour now, specifically. My mind goes blank. I have a rough understanding of what just transpired. Marquise pulled me back before stepping in front of me to absorb the blow from that sinister, fiery hand. But what I don't understand is why she did it. Wasn't I supposed to be her shield? So why is she getting hurt to protect me instead? She literally said she can withstand up to 3,000 degrees. I think she is fine. This is probably no worse than a sunburn. Oh, never mind. Her face scrunches up in pain. And hits her with a flaming claw again and again. But this time, she doesn't have to pull me out of the fire's way. She swings her right hand like she did in the alley, batting the flames away. But she's unable to extinguish the flames entirely, and the lingering embers strike her head on. Does that mean even our queen could be burned if she took the full brunt of these flames? Are they hot enough to kill even her? This woman with barely any lines on her, supposed to be so far removed from death? The entire clash lasts less than 5 seconds. The two exchange a dozen blows each way. I don't understand why. But when they're done, the man solemnly lowers his arm. He stares at Arquide intently, not saying a single word. Arquide glares back bitterly as she clutches at her red abdomen. The man has nothing but eyes for Arquide. He doesn't even care that I'm here, safe behind Arquide's protective figure, clutching a knife. Vapor slips from the man's lips. His breath is heavy, like it's being pushed through an exhaust pipe as he reaches with his left hand to find something beneath his coat. I hear a faint, metallic click. It's got to be some kind of blade. He's hiding a lone object beneath his coat. The same object he used to rend through the back of that woman and turn her into a fountain of blood. He takes one step closer to Arquid. His weapon is still carefully concealed beneath his coat. Damn, look at those eyes. Insolent boar. Only a swine would fail to speak their name before battle. Or did your sire neglect to teach you the most basic level of decorum? The man stops in his tracks. A light flickers behind his hollow eyes, as if he's only just remembering himself. I don't even know what language Arquid used, but the man clears his throat, composing himself. His voice carries a current of pain, like he'd forgotten he were a living being until just now. Kenshiro Tsuda? That is Kenshiro Tsuda. Ooh. It's the big scary. It's the big man. I'd recognize that voice anywhere. You may be lacking in etiquette, but at least you still know shame. So, you've lost your original name. Surely there's some way to address you, though. You may have only just inherited the title, but you're still an ancestor. Damn, we are dealing with high-level vampire right off the bat. The atmosphere in the hall shifts. Azure flames well up all around the corridor, burning even brighter. It looks like Arquid hit a sore spot. Oh, it's this guy! I blub, blub. Flub rhymes with blub. I blub. A pained expression paints his face. Archangel? Archangel? You're an archangel? Is that it? Can't say I've heard of you. Since I've got no record of you, I doubt you were a legitimate successor. Did your sire destroy themselves? No, it was I who dispatched my liege. So you've only just become an ancestor? Have you come to make a name for yourself by killing me next? Prestige and glory are found within the heart. Wow, how philosophical of you! I take only that which I desire. I admire your courage, but you should focus on me alone.
これはちょっとやりすぎよ。
You're kind of overdoing it here. Whoops. No, that's not what I meant to push.
いや、この都市は汚れている。
No, the city is tainted.
焼き尽くさなければ、俺の心情に戻る。
If I am to follow my creed, I must cleanse this place in flame.
あ、そう。つまり
Really?
蛮族同然の三流使徒だったわけ。
So you're just a third-rate dead apostle? No better than a barbarian?
ソヤであることは自覚している。
I am aware of my own crudeness.
神祖の姫、その心臓を俺によこせ。
I know. Princess of the True Ancestors, surrender your heart to me. The area around Vlov twists with the simmering heat, like a river bursting through its banks. The fire rushes in our direction. Our queen stands in front of me like a breakwater, holding back the flood from swallowing me whole.
動かないでシキ。この炎があいつの武器。
Don't move, Shiki. These flames are his weapon. Yeah, no shit!
消し済みになりたくなかったら、私の後ろから離れないで。
If you want to be more than a pile of ashes by the time this is over, you'd better stay well behind me. I appreciate her warning, but something about her words strike me as odd. This is his weapon? Is she really sure about that? I mean, after creating these high temperatures, he's still... No, this isn't the time to think about that. Focusing, I tightly grip the knife in my hand. He's coming. The hallway is now a cavern of flame. Blav pulls the blade from his coat. Eh? For some strange reason. Blav suddenly turns his back towards us. He strides down the hallway and leisurely enters the elevator, leaving us behind as if nothing had happened. Sir? Oh, wait, the sunrise! That's right! They only had an hour until sunrise. They killed enough time. That's gotta be it. Okay, now I officially don't understand a goddamn thing. I don't understand those dogs, I don't understand the flames that covered the hallway, and I don't understand the walking nightmare that attacked the hotel! Facepalm smack? No, that was me smacking my thigh. That is leg, not face! Our queen slumps against me with a thud. She's got a nasty wound. It looks like she managed to stop the bleeding, but her face is contorted in pain. It's still fresh. After all, she only just received the wound while she was shielding me from certain death.
そうだよ。
I'm here.
なんで
Why did you...
ちょっと甘く見た。
I may have underestimated him a little. Just a little.
あれくらいならシキを助けて、私も軽くかわせると思ったんだけど。
I thought I could jump in to save you and still make light work of him after. But maybe I underestimated you too.
シキにやられた傷、そんなに甘くなかったみたい。
Oh, that wound she gave me is no joke. With her face still scrunched up in pain, our queen smiles as if she were amused by her own words. I can't bear to look at her. Not only did she suffer this wound while protecting me, I'm the reason she's this weak in the first place. So, why is she still smiling at me so stupidly? How am I even supposed to respond? Our queen leans against me, putting her weight on my shoulder as she closes her eyes.
ちょっと待て、何目を閉じてるんだバカ。
Hold on, don't close your eyes, you dumbass. It's alright. It takes more than that to kill her.
しっかりしろ。お前は夜なら死なない吸血鬼なんだろ。
Pull yourself together. Aren't you some kind of super vampire who can't die at night?
でも
Well,
私
yeah,
なんだか限界みたい。
but it seems I might have hit my limit.
悪いんだけど部屋まで連れ帰ってみて。
Sorry, but can you help me get back to my apartment? My queen collapses against me. I managed to catch her just in time, arms wrapped tight around her slender body.
ちょっと待ってくれ。そんな。
Hold on just 1 second. If you died me here, I'll really have no idea how to respond.
ダメだ。
Damn it, wake up! I shout at her, shivering. Her eyes remain closed when... She's just asleep. Her soft snoring sounds so content. I'm starting to feel like an idiot for being worried about her at all. Yeah, my concern was wasted on her. She's not dying. Just fell asleep. Sure, whatever. I'll drag you all the way home. Keep tossing around those selfish commands, why don't you? So he says, but he's very happy she's alive. It's not like there's any other option, though. We can't exactly stay at this hotel. Things will get difficult if we stick around the scene of a massacre. Yeah, people will figure out what happened real quick. Oof, my head still hurts. Wow, look at all those ashes. Fuck. Our queen isn't the only one who's at her limit. I put my glasses back on to at least alleviate my headache.
アルクエイドの部屋って。
Queen's apartment. Right, I remember where it is now. I hope she cleaned up all her blood. We left quite a mess last time. Even though I've only visited once, I still vividly recall its location. You know, Ava was like, I wonder how she afforded this apartment. This hotel, blah, 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 blah. At this point, I don't think it matters. No one's here to charge her at checkout. At worst, she has to pay, like, the reservation at worst, she paid the reservation deposit. Well, no point loitering here any longer, and I mean the computers are melted, so there's no reservation data either. Probably. I gather up our things from the royal suite, pull our queen into my arms, and leave the barren hotel, with a feeling of shame pressing down on my shoulders. What, you're gonna princess carry her the whole way? You're not gonna piggyback? Dude. Ah, it's a beautiful day to have survived a massacre. The only thing that saved our ass was the sunlight. That is so classic. It's already light outside.
そうかそういうことか
So that's what it was. It explains why the man left so suddenly. The sun illuminates the city with its gentle light. Night has given way to day. For now, I should just focus on getting our queen the rest she needs. Taking a taxi is out of the question. Why? We stand out. If a pair that suspicious got into your car, you'd definitely remember their faces, and well, true. I mean, the subway probably has cameras too, so, like, you gonna walk? Instead, I carry our queen as far from the hotel as I can before boarding a bus bound for Soya Station. We're lucky. Given the early hour, there are no witnesses or curious onlookers to point their gaze at us. Really? A taxi is too conspicuous, but taking a bus isn't? The bus driver's gonna... Somehow the bus driver's less likely to remember this weird teenage boy with glasses carrying a blonde foreigner in his arms. The emergency exit around the back is exactly like I left it 2 days ago. Neither the residents nor the building's caretakers must have noticed the lock was broken. It's 6:30 in the morning now. I sneak into the self-proclaimed vampire's room just like I did the last time. Finally, this lone mess of a day can be laid to rest. His family's probably wondering what happened to him. They haven't seen him since like 8 a.m. the previous day. You want to save the progress? Yes. Beautiful. Alright, we still got some time. But I am gonna refill my water, go to the bathroom, all that good stuff. So we will be right back momentarily, and we'll keep going for about another hour or so, give or take. Push-ups? Oh no, not the push-ups! Okay, I'll do the push-ups when I get back. Give me a sec to get some water before I have to do push-ups. Okay. So, see you guys in about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, give or take. It's evening, so I won't take as long as a break as I usually would. Alright. Time to refill your water, guys. Stretch, go to the bathroom, whatever else. We will be right back in a second. Hi, Nick. Hello. Y'all snuck right in here. Hi, everyone. Just this minute, I just caught you guys in the nick of time. Hello. Haha. Haha. The nick of time. Alright, I'll see myself out. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. This is Diana Mellis. That was so good. Thank you. No, I don't feel bad. I'm just joshing with you. I'm just goofing around. Hi, everybody. This is Diana Mellis. If you haven't seen me before, hello. I'm a VTuber. I am an apprenticed apothecarist at the Mellis Apothecary and Cafe. I used to be a cat. I tried to become a human. Now I'm like this, you know? Good times. And I just got back from break and we are playing TSUKIHIME. Well, the remake of TSUKIHIME anyway. It's a visual novel from, what's the word I'm looking for? The original visual novel was from the early 2000s, I believe. And they just re-released it recently. Type Moon? Correct, it's Type Moon. So this was the first visual novel Type Moon ever made. And then they went on to make the ever-famous Fate Stay Night, which is being released in English officially for the first time this week. Absolutely bananas. I will definitely stream that at some point. I'm not gonna rush though, because we've got a lot of games technically on the go, and I don't want to make the list any bigger. Plus, Type Moon visual novels are long. I'll be streaming Fate Stay Night for a long time. But yes, thank you everyone for stopping by very quickly right before I went on my very quick bathroom break. I was requested to do 10 push-ups. So I will do that. And then we will keep going. There's a fun-looking anime rhythm game this month too that might be fun. Ooh, okay. I think I still have links disabled, but if you drop the name in chat, I will take a peek at it. Because that's always fun. One-off games are always fun as well. And we've got Famicom Detective Club at the end of the month. There's too much stuff that happens in the summer. We're going to be catching up the rest of the year. Alright, 10 push-ups and then we keep going. Push the chair out of the way. There's no cats. Alright. Ton of push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Alright, back to it. Joy-Con said low battery, but don't worry. Kamitsubaki City Ensemble. Okay, I will check that out. Thank you for mentioning it. The Joy-Con say they're low battery, but I've got other ones attached to the Switch, so if they do in fact outright die, it's okay. We've got backups. Alright, back to it. Day 5, Fire and Blood 2. Oh god. We're still gonna have to deal with Fluv some more. What a cute apartment. Ark's room doesn't exactly scream vampire. I wasn't in a right state of mind last time, so I didn't get a good look, but it's just a normal apartment. There isn't a bottle of blood in sight. No mysterious sculptures or antiques either.
冷蔵庫に食器まで完備してるし。
He's even got a fridge and tableware.
何なんだろうな、こいつ。
What does she need these for? She just said she eats normal meals. I mutter to myself as I lay her down on the bed sheets. Our queen might be late, but that doesn't make it any less exhausting to have carried her all the way here. Oof. I planted myself right there on the floor to catch my breath. It's just about 7 o'clock.
そっか。カーテン閉めてやらないと。
Right. I'd better close the curtains. I force one last ounce of strength into my tired bones and shut the curtains. And with that, my body finally releases the tension I'd been holding on to all this time. Goodbye! As I try to sit back down, my knees give out and send me crashing down onto the floor.
情けない。女の子一人運んだだけで、これか。
How pathetic am I, getting this tired from lugging a girl around? I mean, most people couldn't manage for a block. The fact you managed for several? You're pretty cool, buddy. Ever since my accident, my body's been slow to heal from injuries. Though, that was never cause for me to shy away from working out. The Arimas had a dojo, so I always made sure to exercise as much as I could. Even a common cold can be dangerous if you don't take care of yourself. But since I've kept active, I'd say I'm about as fit as anyone. It's just my stamina that's awful. Like an athlete geared for a single sport, I'm a sprinter that isn't going to be winning any marathons. That's more than most people, honestly. Now that I'm lying on the ground, there's no way I'm getting up again. I spent the entire night talking to Ark, and it's been a full day since I've had anything decent to eat. Yeah, I don't know how you're still alive, buddy. It's kind of amazing that I've managed to hold out this long, frankly. Arcade, I wonder if she's going to be okay. I steal a glance at the girl on the bed. Her abdomen seems to have stopped bleeding, and if she can come back to life after being dismembered, I'm not really sure I need to be worried in the first place. What's wrong with me? My head throbs like I have fever. I'm so tired. I can barely breathe. Yet, here I am. More worried about her than about myself. Maybe I really am coming down with something. And his family's filed a police report at this point. No one's seen him for 36 hours. Definitely, oh yeah. Last time they saw him was at 8 in the morning, the day after they found the police found blood on the walls of the fence around the mansion. They're definitely suspicious about something. I was thinking while I was getting more water, Akiha took our cell phone away, and Kohaku technically gave it back to us, but I don't know if we have it on us at all times. Akiha is probably shooting herself in the foot now. Because there's no way to contact us or find us. Because we don't have GPS tracker on us. 2 people have been reported injured, though fortunately there were no fatalities. Someone's watching the news.
寝ちゃったのか。
I must have fallen asleep. Guess I was tired enough to pass out right here on the floor. It looks like someone opened the curtains and covered me with a blanket while I was still snoozing. Aww, cute. I'd wager it's past noon by now. TV is switched on and playing the same old news in the background. I look to the bed, but I don't see our queen.
あいつどこに？
Where did she go? I prop myself up to get a better look around. There's a hint of movement coming from the kitchen in the next
あん
room.
な体のくせに何動き回ってるんだ。
What does she think she's doing, moving around after sustaining an injury like that? I shrug off the blanket as I lurch to my feet. I'd better head to the kitchen and check on her wounds. For our next story, a fire broke out at the Kurarami Hibashi Dome Hotel in the early hours of the morning. As no alarms were set off, the blaze remained unnoticed until approximately 6 a.m. when returning hotel staff learned of the situation and alerted the police. The police are currently working in tandem with the fire department to extinguish the remaining fires. Damn. I freeze in place. My gaze is drawn back to the newscast. Oof, 200 people. Damn. 200 guests staying at the hotel remain unaccounted for. Authorities are working to put out the flames as soon as possible, but they have yet to find any survivors. The news anchor continues droning on about the details in a detached voice. A list of 200 names scrolls across a photo of the hotel we stayed at last night. Neither our queen's nor my name is listed. Police indicate this might not have been an ordinary fire. Damage to some of the interior walls of the hotel suggest a structural fault may have caused an explosion that... I turn off the TV. 200 guests remain unaccounted for? They have yet to find any survivors? They already know what they know. Why hold out on telling everyone the truth? That every last person in the hotel was engulfed by those insane flames and burned to a crisp, leaving nothing behind. Because that's kind of an insane thing to say on the 12 o'clock news. I resist the urge to hurl. I can't. Not here. Not now. Simply feeling sick would make me no better than swine. What? Huh? I'm sorry? Why does feeling nauseous at the thought of 200 dead people make you nothing better than swine? After coming out of that alive, the only thing I should let myself feel is hatred. 200 people. 200 people of whom not a trace remains, who were massacred without a shred of sympathy or mercy. His face flares vividly in my mind. I don't know who he is, All I know is that he's the monster behind the carnage. Is my heart numb from all the things I saw? Fear still courses through my veins. Anger too, coiling around like a snake. Yet, my thoughts remain cool and collected. It's like my brain and my heart are working on two different frequencies. Just thinking about that fur-clad man makes me want to rage. Yet, my fingertips tingle with alertness, primed for action. I don't need emotions to know what to do. I don't need fire or heat or passion. All I need is to do. The typos are kind of getting out of hand here. All I need to do is cleanly cut through his lines.
気がついたの、シキ。
Oh, you're awake? Arquette pokes her head out from the kitchen.
怖い顔しちゃって何かあった？
You're making one hell of a face. What's up? Arquette talks to me casually, like nothing happened.
いや別におはよう。
Nothing really. Morning.
おはよう。
Yeah, good morning.
朝の挨拶をするなんて珍しい経験ね。
Aww. I don't often get the chance to wish someone a good morning. Her sweet smile takes me by surprise, and I need to swallow hard to even out my breathing. Cute? It's adorable! The cold thoughts of vengeance that clogged my mind melt like snow before the sun. What am I even thinking about? Get it together, Shiki. The whole reason you got up in the first place was to check on her.
アルクエド、傷はいいのか？
Arquette, how are your wounds?
傷？
My wound?
とりあえず問題ないわ。
Yeah, all good, I think. She seems to be just fine. It looks like she's back to the way she was before. If anything, she's definitely looking better than I'm feeling right about now.
そうか。それならよかった。
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that. At least the person in my immediate vicinity is safe. What the hell am I talking about? Arquette isn't even a person, at least not in the usual sense. Wow, rude. How did I forget that? I must still be half asleep.
でもまあ、いいことには変わりはないよな。
Well, either way, that's great
お前
news.
の傷、大したことじゃなかったんだから。
I guess that wound of yours wasn't all that bad.
どうしたのよ、シキ。ちょっと前まで
Oh?
私のこと化け物呼ばわりしてた。
Why all this sudden care and concern? You were calling me a monster just a few hours ago.
あのな、ちょっと前までじゃなくて、今でもそう。
And I still think that way.
で
Wow.
もそれとこれとは別問題。
But that won't stop me from being grateful anyway. It's not like I care about you, baka.
助けたって、
Huh?
私がシキを？
Did I? Arquette's eyes are wide with surprise. Did she not even realize she rescued me?
そうだよ。お前は俺を助けてくれたんだ。
Yeah, you sure did.
だから、今更だけど、かばってくれてありがとう。お前に引っ張られなかったら、
I guess I'm trying to say thanks for protecting me. If you hadn't pulled me aside, I would have been burned to a crisp.
ありがとうって。別にいいよ、そんなこと考えなくて。
It's
シキがブローブと出会った原因は私
really
にあるん
fine
だし
though.
シキに感謝される資格はないもの。
Kind of the reason you came face to face with love in the first place. I don't deserve your
助
thanks.
けられたのも事実だろう。アルクエイドは俺をかばってくれた。
That doesn't change what happened.
本当に感謝
You
して。
protected me with your life. I'm grateful for that.
確かに事実だけ見ればそうだけど。
I guess I did do that, but
やっぱりそれは違うよ、シキ。見張り役を引き受けなければ、あなたはあんな目には
It
合わなか
still
った。
feels off somehow. You wouldn't have had to go through all that if you hadn't agreed to be my lookout, and you wouldn't have needed me to be your lookout if I hadn't gone absolutely bananas and sliced you into 20 pieces.
シキの生活に毒を混ぜたのは私よ。あなたは私を憎みこそすれ、感謝するのは間違ってるんじゃない？
I'm the one that brought this danger into your life. I'd understand if you were angry, but instead you're grateful? How does that work? Our queen has gotten weirdly caught up on this.
間違ってないよ。
Should I be blaming you instead?
自分の行動は自分で責任を持つしかない。ずっと昔に
Forget
そういう
that.
ことを教え
I
て
need
く
to
れた
take
人がいる。
responsibility for choosing to stick around. Somebody once taught me that our actions are our own.
周りがどうあれ、自分が望んでやったことは自分の手で決
No
着
matter
を
what
つけなさい
others
って
think, we have to decide for ourselves what we want to do and follow through. Which is why I don't hold the slightest grudge against her over the whole guard thing either. If there's anyone to blame for getting me into this mess, it's myself. Well, at least he's self-aware.
そっか。
Hmm.
言われてみれば、盾が必要になったのは、シキが私を殺したからだものね。
Now that you mention it, the only reason I needed you as my shield was because you killed me in the first place.
なら、あなたを巻き込んだことについて、私が謝る必要は
Which
ないってこと？
means I don't have to apologize for getting you involved?
ああ、そういうこと。
You got it. I brought this on myself.
自業自得か。
Well, when you put it that way.
うん。シキってば初めか
Your
ら
look is
悪かった
pretty
からね。
terrible, isn't it? It is absolutely atrocious.
人を殺すにしたって、私以外の子にしておけば、こんなことにはなら
If
な
you'd
かった
gone
だ
and
ろうし。
killed any other girl, none of this would have happened. If he had gone and killed any other girl, he'd be wanted by the police.
あのな。
Oi, hey now. That's assuming I would have killed someone else at all. It's not like I make a habit out of stalking people down the street and murdering them. She's just special. She was the first and only person for whom I ever felt that uncontrollable urge to kill. And I have a feeling I wouldn't just feel that way for anyone else. Because you know I confuse murderous intent with lust.
Oh.
Oh,
何？忘れ物でも思い出したの？
what is it? Did you just remember something?
いや、忘れ物というか、なんていうか、 考えてみれば。
Not really.
どう
It's
して俺
just...
はお前を殺そうなんて思った
Now that I think about it, why did I want to kill you? She knits her brows in disapproval. She's like, really? It was just a whim of the moment. Fair reaction. You wouldn't want to hear that your murderer doesn't even know why they killed you.
理由なんてないんじゃない？
Do you need a reason?
だって、シキは根っからの殺人鬼なんだから。
I just figured it just came naturally that you were some serial killer.
は
Excuse me?
私を襲った時なんてすごく手慣れていたものね。
You were so skilled in practice when you attacked me.
チャイムを押して扉が開いた瞬間に手を差し込んできて、有無を言わさず中に押し入る。
Ringing the doorbell, thrusting your hand behind the door the second I opened it, forcing your
こ
way
っちが
in.
驚いている間に狙撃で生命活動を停止させて、あとはザックザクに切り裂いてバラバラにする。
You took advantage of my surprise to deliver the first blow, ceasing my vital functions, then you sliced me up into more than a dozen pieces.
うん。あの不意打ちは完璧だった。
Honestly speaking, your surprise attack was perfect.
どのくらい完璧だったかっていうと、あの時の指揮をそのままキャンバスに
So
差し込めれば、
perfect.
それ以
If you
上
could
は
have
ないことの
captured
意味ない
that
ぐらい
scene on
完璧だった
canvas, it'd undoubtedly be a masterpiece.
私がまだ正常なままだったら、お城に持ち帰って飾ってあげたいぐらい。
The kind I'd want to bring back with me and hang up around the castle. It was that magnificent. That's a little fucked up. Our queen excitedly rattles off a litany of bizarre praise. But there's just one issue.
そう。
けど、 今回は殺した相手が悪かったね。
But you picked the wrong gal to kill this time
シキが
around.
今まで何人殺してきたかは知らないけど、獲物に私を選んだ時点で年貢
I don't know how many people you've killed so far, but karma finally came back to bite you when you picked me as your prey.
何よ、さっきから怖い顔して。
You're being so weird this morning.
言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えばいいのに。私とあなたの間で今さら我慢することなんてないでしょ。
If you got something to say, then out with it. It's not like there's any reason for us to be coy around each other, right? Oh, how right she is. I nod and beckon her to come closer.
何？内緒話？
What? What is it? Are we sharing secrets? She closes the gap between us quickly, eyes sparkling in anticipation. I bring my lips to her ear and decide to say my piece.
あのな、アルクエイド。
You see, Arquid? Yeah, yeah, go on, go on. 1, 2.
そんなわけないだろ、このバカ
You're way off base, you idiot! My voice echoes throughout the apartment. Glad they're addressing this directly. It did feel out of character at the time. Oh, for sure. We know there's something very up with this boy, but yes. I blasted Arquid's eardrums with all the volume I could muster. 'Cause I'm a big jerk face. Ow! Yeah, that's fair, my girl. Arquid groans as she makes a big show of clutching her ear.
もう、
Oh, you jerk! What the hell? This is the worst attempt at flirting I've ever seen, buddy.
怒りたいのはこっちの方だ。
I'm the one who should be pissed off here.
なんか微妙
I
に
thought you were out of your mind when you started ordering me to do all this insane stuff, but you know what? Now it all makes sense.
そういうことって何？
What does?
俺をイカれた殺人鬼だと思い込んで、化け物相手に盾になれとか見張りをやれとか、無茶な注文をしてきたこと
This
だよ。
entire time, you thought I was some kind of mass murderer. That's why you had no problem asking me to be your shield or guard or whatever.
ああ、もうとんでもない勘違いをしやがって。
Damn it, do you even realize how badly you misjudged
い
me?
いか、この際言っておくけど、俺は殺人鬼でも殺人狂でもない。
I'll let you in on a secret, alright?
人を殺すなんて。
I'm not some serial killer or homicidal maniac. You're the first person I've ever killed. She's like, what?
嘘。あんなに手慣れてるのに。シキだったっていうの？シキ。
そうだよ。この線を使って人を殺したいなんて思ったことは一度もない。
The metaphor for the murdering standing in for sexual intercourse. But I'm your first? You seem so used to it. God. Virgin Chad, Shiki. Which is to say, I've never, ever had the urge to kill someone by cutting through their lines before. Then why did you kill me? We never even met before. I told you. He can't differentiate between murderous intent and lust.
だからそれが。
That's exactly the thing. I don't. I'm about to tell her I don't know, but I pause as I realize just what a coward I am.
あの時。
Back then,
お前と街ですれ違った途端、吐きそうなぐらい気になって。
when I passed you on the street, I was overcome by a desire so strong, I felt like throwing up. From the second I saw her, I could only think of her snow-white form. This is just straight up a love confession, but he's talking about how he came to murder her. I couldn't stop the lust welling up beneath my skin, and I have no healthy outlets for my emotions, nor the vulgar grin that crept across my face as I chased her down.
俺はそのまま
So, I came here,
気がついたら君を
and
この手で
before I even realized it, I'd already right here in this room, which is somehow perfectly pristine after this carnage, without any rhyme or reason. I chopped up that beautiful figure and stood in the puddle of her bloody remains.
そうか
Oh! Strength evaporates from my body. No longer able to stand, I dropped my knees. Of course, I don't have any right to be angry with her. Even if she's alive now, even if she was never human to begin with. The fact remains that I killed her with my own 2 hands.
何よ、またいきなり黙っちゃって。
What's with you? Going all silent on me again?
そうかって、何がそうなの？
What'd you realize?
だから
I
ごめんって
I really should be apologizing to you.
いけない
You're about 24 hours too late. I've been using how weird this all is to avoid doing something incredibly important.
ごめんごめんな
Sorry.
アルクエイド
I'm really sorry.
俺は
I
君を
killed you
ここで殺した
right here in this
俺は何より
apartment. I
そ
should
の
have
こと
apologized to you
一番
for
最初に
that
謝ら
the
ないといけな
moment
か
we
った
first met. No wonder she thought I was just some cold-blooded killer. Without showing any guilt or remorse, I've been acting like I was the victim. Not just that, even now, I still don't know why.
殺したのは事実なんだ
I killed you. There's no changing that.
だから
For my actions,
俺は罰を受けないと
I
いけない
need to be punished. A killer like me should be allowed to roam the streets with the rest of society.
いかないだろう
What I did was beyond evil. A person who decides to take a life without reason doesn't deserve to walk free.
そう、
I see.
式は本当に自分でも理由がわからないのね。
You really don't know why you did it. I nod, still hanging my head,
つまり楽しいとも感じなかったってことでし
which
ょ。
means you didn't get enjoyment from it, I'm guessing.
確かに殺人鬼の中には息をするみたいに人を殺すやつもいるけど、
There are some people out there for whom killing is as easy as breathing. But you're different from that, aren't you?
そうだ
あ
な一応
I
その
guess.
つもりだけど
At least, I try to be.
いいえ、まっとうすぎるぐらいまともよ
You're。telling me
あなたは
sometimes you're too straight-laced for your own good.
それで殺したくなったのは私だけな
Have
の。
you ever wanted to kill someone else like you killed me?
ああアルクエド以外にはそんな気持ちには
No.
ならなかった
I've never felt that way about anyone else.
なんだ、なら問題ないじゃない。
Then there's no problem, is there, silly?
ほら、顔を上げて式。あなたは殺人
Come
鬼
on,
じゃないよ。
stop looking so down, Shiki. You're not a killer. I lift my head as if I've been forgiven. Arquette is smiling, brimming with such confidence and trust that it startles me. I killed her, but she believes in me more than I believe in myself.
それに何の罰も受けなくていいと思う。
There's no need for you to face punishment either.
たまたまシキが殺したいって思った相手が私で、厄介なことにシキにはこれ以上ない
It was
殺
by
人事
chance
項が備わっ
that
ていた。
it was me you wanted to kill, and unfortunately for me, you happen to be the human best equipped to do so.
けど都合のいいことに私が吸血鬼だったんだから誰も死んでないでしょ。
Luckily for the both of us, I'm a vampire, so nobody died.
だからシキがそんなに悩む必要はないよ。人間たちの社会の道徳も気にしなくていいと思う。
So you don't have to be so torn up about it. And there's no need for you to worry about being cast out from society or any of that either.
人間にあなたは弾劾できない。だって今のところ世界でシキを責めていいのは被害者である私と当事者であるシキ本人。
What judge is going to sentence you? You know, the only ones on the planet who can blame you are the victim, that'd be me, and you yourself.
それはそうだけど、お前を殺したっていう事実だけは
Maybe so, but
変わ
that
らないじゃないか。
still won't take away from the fact that I killed you. Even if what our queen says is true, even if there's no proof that any crime occurred, I'm still going to carry this sin with me forever.
それは当然よ。私だってまだ根に持ってるんだから。そう簡
Obviously,
単に忘れられちゃ困るわ。
it's not like I'm planning to forget you killed me anytime soon either.
だけどねシキ、ちゃんとあなた本人がそう思えてずっと後悔していくんなら問題はない
But
じゃ
you
ない。
know what, Shiki? If you regret it, and you continue to always regret it, then I don't think there's any problem. That'd just be cheating my way out, though.
シキ、人間の中にはね、どんなに世の中を恨んでいても悪魔に魂を売れない人がいるわ。例えば吸血鬼相手にごめんなさいなんて言える正直者とかね。
There are some people in this world that will never sell their souls to the devil, no matter how terribly the world treats them. There's even some stupidly honest people out there who'd apologize to a vampire. I feel like she's calling me out directly right now.
だから大丈夫。誰がなんて言ったってシキ本人がそうじゃないって言い切ったって
So you don't have to worry.
まだそっち側の世界にい
No
られる
matter
よ。
what anyone says, and even if you yourself try to deny it, you could still be a part of the good side of this world. I'm at a loss for words. How could she say such kind, reassuring words to the man who murdered her?
ほら、そんなことより私たちにはもっと厄介な問題があるでしょ。シキの目も覚めたんだし、
Come on,
今後のことを話し合いたいんだけど。
don't we have more pressing things to think about anyway? Oh, there she goes.
あ
Oh! It's like someone flipped a switch. One moment our queen is cheerfully chatting away, and the next she's on the ground. That's just like me. I rushed to her side.
参ったな。
Oops.
やっぱりまだ無理みたい。
Guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself again. Her breathing is labored, and beads of sweat glisten across her brow. My eyes wander to her abdomen, where the slightest trace of red has started to seep through her white sweater.
お前この傷
That wound! That's the one she incurred while protecting me in the hotel.
グローブに裂かれたところね。シキにやられたせいで治りが遅くなってる
Yeah,
だけよ。
it's where Blob slashed me. Normally I'd be fine, but my healing's a little slow after what you did to me.
とりあえず傷口だけは塞いでおいたんだけど、あんまり効果はなかったみたい。
I tried to cover up the wound earlier, but it looks like it wasn't all that effective. Her tone is still cheery as ever. But I notice an undercurrent of pain shuddering around the edges.
塞いでおいたって何で
How did you cover it up?
それ、
Oh, with that. Arkway gestures at a brown object dropped haphazardly on the wooded floor. Packing tape! Girl literally put tape over her.
バカも休み休みにしろ。
Seriously, give me a break. I mean, she's a vampire. She's never had to give herself first aid. What's she supposed to
ゴ
do?
ムテープで傷口を縛るやつがどこにいるってんだ。
I don't think she has a first aid kit here, buddy. What kind of idiot uses tape to cover their wounds?
もうあんまり人のことバカバカ連呼しないでよ。
You should stop calling me an idiot so often.
なんだか本当にそうなのかなって
What if
考
I
え
actually
ちゃう
start believing you?
うるさい。いいから傷口を見せろ。
Just shut it and show me your wound already. I reach out a hand to lift her shirt, and she quickly steps away from me, dropping backwards onto the bed with a soft thud.
ふざけるな。傷口が開いたらどうするつ
Cut
もり
it
だ。
out. What if your wound opens up again?
いいよ。
I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
キこそバカな真似はやめてよね。女の子の服を剥ごうなんて人より立
I'm
場
the one who should cut it out. Trying to undress a woman like that is worse than any dead apostle. I mean, showing your stomach isn't really undressing, but
あ
yes.
のな、俺はお前を人間として見てないんだから。
Damn! To be clear, I don't see you as a human, let alone a woman.
ほら、いい
So
か
come
ら
on, just show me your wound. I'll never let it go if you end up dying from an injury you got while protecting me. She pouts and glares at me for a moment, but ultimately rolls over the bed in my direction. Her lips still firmly shut, she gets back on her feet with childlike reluctance. She's sulking about it, but it looks like she'll at least let me take a look.
どんな手当てをしたのか、ちょっと見せてみろ。
I mean, they did literally every single Fate Stay Night route, so wouldn't they do every single Tsukihime route as a movie? Right, let me take a look at how you wrapped it up first. Ah! That is not what I was expecting. I'd rather it be a TV show because that way I can slowly enjoy it. Yeah, but TV shows tend to be poorer quality. And TV slots are booked up years in advance. So if you want a Tsukihime TV show, you're gonna be waiting 4 years. Movies can come out much quicker and whenever, so. Our queen lifts her sweater to reveal her abdomen.
But
you? I have to resist the urge to go off on a tirade again. The tape is tightly wrapped around not just her wound, but her entire abdomen. The second she lowers her shirt again, I pull her into my arms.
何するのよ、シキ。
Hey, what are you doing?
ベッドに寝かすんだよ。病院に連れて行きたいのは山々だけど、そういうわけにはいかないだろ。
Putting you right back to bed, that's what? I'd rather take you to the hospital, but that's out of the question, so this'll have to do it. Come on, Joy-Cons, hang in there for 15 more minutes. I place her back onto the bed as gently as I can.
いいか、俺が戻ってくるまで絶対に動き回るなよ。
I'm going to pick up some stuff, so you better not move a muscle till I get back.
さっきみたいに歩き回ったら、お前のことなんて忘れてさっさと逃げるからな。
Don't you dare what? Unfoldables current project? No, their current priority is the Demon Slayer movies. But you gotta keep in mind, like, speaking of Ufotable, the last season of Demon Slayer anime, they were doing the voice acting for that 2 years ago. They started planning 2 years ago. So literally, if you wanted it to be a TV show, yeah, you're gonna be waiting at least 2 years. At least. Because that's how long it took for them to get a time slot to put it on the air. I quickly scanned the room. Not a first aid kit or even a bandage in sight. Guess you don't need any of that when you can revive whenever you want to. And hell, this might be the first time she's ever needed medical treatment. I feel around to check how much I have on me. 2,000 yen in cash.
見栄を張ってる場合じゃない。
This isn't the time to be putting on airs.
アルケード、お前金持ちだって言ったよな。
Hey, I quit! You said you were rich, right?
お金には不自由してないけど、それが何よ。
Yeah, I'm pretty well off. Why do you ask?
現金でもカードでもとにかく貸してくれ。手当てに必要なものを買い込
Give
ん
me
でくれ。
some cash or a credit card. I'm going out to buy some medical
お
supplies.
前に効果があるかどうかはわからないけど、最低限の手当てには
I don't know if it'll actually do you any good, but it wouldn't hurt to try.
いいけど、無駄かもしれないよ。
Sure, but it's probably pointless, you know?
無駄でもやるんだ。そのまま放って
Even
お
if
け
it
ば
is, I can't just sit here and leave you like that with packing tape.
わかった。私も体の作りそのものはシキたちと同じなんだし、それなりに意味はあるかもしれないし。
My bodily structure is similar to that of a regular human, so who knows, maybe it'll do something. Arcade holds out a wad of 10,000 yen bills in front of me. Where did she pull that from? I'm not even going to ask where she pulled this from. Yep, fair.
お前は黙って横になってろ。あ、でも眠っちゃダメだからな。横になっても
Cash money! Hey, cash money! Ark, would you like a live-in girlfriend? I'm available. I can cook. I can clean. My blood type is... I'm blood type A, if that aligns with your taste at all. I know it's fairly common, but, well...
シキ、すごく無茶な注文してるよ。そ
Are
れ
you just trying to make it hard for me?
無茶だけどやれ。眠ると体の機能は低下する。免疫力とか抵抗力な。
I'm not randomly passing out orders here. Your body doesn't work as hard when you're asleep. Which means your immune system's going to be a lot weaker too. I don't think that's how it actually works. I don't think that's how it works.
なんで、傷が塞がっていないまま寝ると、ますます悪化するんだそうだ。
In other words, it might get worse if you fall asleep with that open wound. If anything, like when you're asleep, your body stops digesting food and all of those other unnecessary functions. So if anything, your immune system would get better.
睡眠で回復するのは頭の疲れだけで、傷や病気は治してくれないだろう。だから、とりあえず手当てをするまでは起きていた方がいい。
Sleep is good for curing fatigue, but it's not going to fix injuries or illness. So it's better for you to stay awake till I come back.
へえ。それってその通りよ。
That makes sense. God, don't believe him.
もうさ、なんで笑うんだよ、そこで。
Why do you silently look so happy about that?
だってシキが頼りになるんだもん。
Oh, I was just thinking how dependable you are. You must have a screw loose somewhere. But I keep from saying anything. I need to get back to the job at hand. I leave her bedroom and remove my bloodstained jacket before heading out. Time to go shop. Wait, what? Something in the kitchen catches my eye as I head for the exit.
飯だ。
Is that food? Sitting on the table is a meal, or rather a plate of food. Maybe a mismatch of ingredients would be more accurate? At the very least, I think it's something that was supposed to resemble food. This must be why our queen was in the kitchen earlier. She said she normally doesn't eat anything. So I don't exactly need to guess who she was preparing all this food for. Cute!
なんなんだ。
Ugh, seriously, what does she think she's doing? Did you remember to grab her house keys? So you don't have to frickin' sneak out the emergency exit. You could just leave like a normal person. I'm annoyed. I can't stay here a second longer. I dash into town, hoping to find something that'll help her heal. How about you try a drugstore? At least that was my intention, but it's not like I've ever given first aid before. Oh my god. I'll just buy whatever supplies come to mind. Disinfectant, gauze, bandages, and painkillers. There you go, see? First aid ain't that hard. Oh, I better pick up something nutritious too. Can't really go wrong with that. Are you gonna buy her canned peaches? Thankfully, I'm not short on money. It might be my inexperience speaking, but it's better to buy too much than too little. It's not like I know what'll actually work on her. With that philosophy in mind, I end up buying every single thing I can think of. Don't worry about it, clerk. I'm just restocking the first aid kit. And apparently torturing my girlfriend. I ignore her carefree giggles and protest, and instead try to apply the gauze as delicately as I can. The wound isn't that big. 4 centimeters deep! Damn. If she was a normal human, I'm pretty sure you would have to pack that wound so it would heal properly. Four centimeters. That is as long as my pinky finger. That is insane. Girl's stomach and intestines should be spilling out onto the floor right now. I'm telling you, it's not a big deal. Yeah, that's all she had to say about it. Her organs already healed up somehow. Honestly, that part is freaky, so I don't really want to think about it too hard. Since the bleeding had stopped, all I needed to do was dress the wound, though the process wasn't as smooth as I hoped it would be. I wasn't sure if disinfectant would do much on a wound as big as this, or if it might actually be counterproductive, but in the end I used some anyway, hoping it would help. Always disinfect wounds! You do not want bacteria getting in shit. Really? He should be disinfecting it and then applying, then doing stitches, but... This man should not be sewing flesh together. I was a little afraid that she would thrash about from the antiseptic stain, but she sat through it quietly without so much as a flinch. I think thrashing around is a little bit of an overstatement. Alcohol definitely burns, but it's not that bad. Huh? Did you do something just now? I'm not sure if she's just thick-headed or indifferent to this kind of thing.
Yes.
Oh! There goes one Joy-Con. That's fine. That's fine! Single Joy-Con play also supported. That's fine. Five more minutes! That's all we need! There we go. I apply the gauze to the wound and start neatly wrapping the bandage around it. Blue, you served us well. Salute! Stop it! Oh. Arqueet's gleeful laughter rings out throughout the room. 5 more minutes, Mama Joy-Con. 5 more minutes! You didn't flinch at all from the antiseptic, but the bandages feel ticklish. I ignore her till I manage to pin the bandages. I've heard that tightening the bandages around a wound can stem bleeding, so I give them one final tug for good measure.
もう今のは減点だよ、式。
Ow! I'm going to have to deduct some points for that one, Shiki. Please at least tell me you put a bandage over the wound so blood's not gonna seep into the gauze and the bandages and make it stick to the skin. Please tell me you at least did that much, buddy. Looks like I've done all I can for now. The curtains are closed again. I shut them when I returned out of concern for our queen.
さて、格好だけはつけてみたけど、どうかな。
Well, at least it looks alright from the outside.
動けるか、歩く。
How does it feel? Can you still move?
ええ、動く分には問題なさそう。
Yeah, it looks like I can move fine without any issues. My insides are still a bit of a mess though. Oh no! The organs are all out of place.
そうか。ま、それはそっちで
Got
な
it.
んとかし
You'll just have to bear with it for the time being.
俺は切るのが専門で、直すのは管轄外だ。
I'm good at cutting things, but fixing someone up is a little outside my wheelhouse. I take a step back and sit myself down against one of the walls.
お疲れさん、もう寝ていいぞ。
Good work staying awake so far. You can sleep
眠
now.
って力が戻ればすぐに治るんだろ。見張っててやるから。
You'll recover faster when you're asleep, right? I'll stand guard, so go get some shut-eye.
うんうん。
Nuh-uh!
傷は回復
You
しない
even
ね。
said so yourself, right?
式も言ったでしょ。
Sleep has nothing to do with the recovery. It just helps cure your fatigue.
私の場合ね、力は純粋な時間経過で回復するものなの。
That's true for me too. My strength will recover once enough time has passed. I should feel better by the time night rolls around. You can tell me she's fine all she wants, but it tugs on my heartstrings to see her suffer like
いい
this.
から眠ってくれ。
No need to act tough, just sleep already.
今のお前、話しているだけで。
It's hurting you to even talk, isn't it?
そうだけど、
Yeah.
せっかく式が起きてるんだもの。
But you're finally awake.
眠るのがもったいなくて。
Feels like a waste for me to sleep now. Aww. Like a girlfriend that missed her boyfriend being at work all day and she's like, I don't want to sleep. I want to talk to you. Arquid sits on the bed again. He's in full-on chatty mode.
ったく。
Fine. There's no fighting it. I've still got some things I want to know anyway, so I guess we might as well talk for a while. And you know? I think that's a good place to stop. That seems like a good spot. She's ready to yap. She's just like me, for real, for real. Now to remember how to say. Oh,
昨日のホテルのこと聞いていいか。
well, I can just pull up my proper switch and save that way once we stop the stream. So, hey! We made some great progress. Starting to see how the couple... Good story today? Oh, yeah! Whoops, sorry I bumped my mic. It was great fun. Lots of really interesting stuff happening. Was real fun to read, real fun to yap. It's nice to see how the couple is starting to come together. You're starting to slowly see their chemistry forming, which is nice. It's being done in a believable way because, like, you know, the game only lasts like 1 week, 2 weeks. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it's only like a week or something. So that's nice. It's nice when when the characters actually have believable chemistry. And dear God, this Shiki is kind of rough around the edges, but he's also one of the nicest dudes in visual novels I have ever seen. So good on him. Alright. That's gonna be it from me. I will I was busy today, so I didn't have a chance to like redo my schedule because Photoshop crashed last time I was in there, and I was like, I don't have it in me to spend another 20 minutes putting this together. But more stream tomorrow. We will see. We will see what I end up doing tomorrow. I have to check like my I have like a paper schedule, but I don't have it in front of me, so I will have to check that. And I will post on Twitter and try and get like a proper schedule for the rest of the week going. Alrighty guys, that is it for me. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. And until next time I see ya, take care of yourself as my cats go absolutely bananas. I know, guys, it is time for your midnight snack. And I will see the moonbeams next time. Bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye!